and monitor resources. More specifically, the project hopes to, 1, improve public financial management and public procurement for more efficient use of public resources. And 2, enhance the Bahamas' capacity to monitor the progress and implementation of key government priorities. 4 components with specific goals and deliverables were developed to achieve the objectives mentioned above. And they are component 1, performance monitoring, to strengthen management capacity of public sector to monitor priority projects and programs more efficiently and effectively. With the enactment of the Statistics Act in July 2021, provisions were made for the development of a National Statistics System, NSS, which shall consist of producers of official statistics, including the newly formed Bahamas National Statistical Institute, government ministries, department, public bodies that produce, collect, and disseminate official statistics. In formalizing the NSS, the Act states that the National Statistical Committee shall be appointed by the BNSI Board and chaired by the Managing Director of BNSI. Department of Statistics made a name for itself locally, regionally, internationally, becoming one of the pioneering statistical agencies within the Caribbean. In recent years, the Bahamas have also had the opportunity to sit on several United Nations committees, the latest being the high-level group of partnership, coordination, and capacity building for statistics for the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. As a member of this committee, the Bahamas and St. Lucia represented CARICOM as a region. Finally, membership in the SCCS affords the staff of the department many training opportunities for workshops, departmental attachments, and other technical assistance and consultancies both in the region and internationally.
I'm Carissa Williamson, and this has been Your Government in Action, a proud presentation of Bahamas Information Services. Join us on Tuesday evenings where we bring you highlights, coverage, and information as we continue to do what we do best, linking people and government.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the nation's leader reaffirming the government's commitment to addressing issues impacting casual workers. Also, the Minister for Grand Bahama says $1.2 billion in investments negotiated and facilitated. And political rallies held over the weekend as the race to November 22nd by-election is fast approaching. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news tonight, the nation's leader, Prime Minister Philip Davis, says for far too long, workers in the country have been denied benefits, security, and stability due to their casual worker status, recently reiterating the government's commitment to addressing such legislative gaps. The nation's leader added that this tradition practice affects workers and impeded prospects for economic security. Our Aja Quant has more on this report.
Since taking office, the nation's leader has been vocal on transitioning casual workers to permanent status. While addressing the media at the $600 million shipyard expansion project unveiling ceremony, PM Davis stands firm on his government's commitment on minimizing this age-old issue. And now Carnival and Royal Caribbean representatives are joining in the conversation.
The issue of casual work has been weighing on my mind for several years.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis revealing it is proven that the issue of casual workers has hindered economic growth on the island.
As a casual worker, would not be able to go to the bank, for example, and borrow funds to buy a home. Buying a home stimulates construction. They'll not be able to borrow monies to pay this, to go to further education. It stagnates self-development.
In early 2023, more than a dozen employees were laid off at the Freeport container port. Prime Minister Davis swiftly intervening, having the decision reversed in just 24 hours. While PM Davis now highlighting the need for a program that would encourage employers to be more accommodating to the communities they operate in and to better understand the needs of their workers.
We are looking at whether or not this would require legislative intervention and how that would be done. Recognizing, though, that employment contracts are personal to the employer and to the employee, and there's very little that a government could do to intervene, but to perhaps develop minimum standards, as we've done in the Employment Act.
Royal Caribbean and Carnival executives expressing their endorsement of the Prime Minister's stance on casual workers and how their companies are involved.
We very much support the Prime Minister's and the Deputy Prime Minister's goals around minimizing casual workers. We're also very supportive of the apprenticeship programs. And of course, as we look at our investments in Perfect Day, we look at our investments here, our investments on the Beach Club, our goal is to continue to significantly increase and support Bahamian employment.
What that business and what that visibility will do for this yard is going to enhance our ability to get stable employment and plan around that and plan it in a way that we can minimize the types of practices that the government is very admirably trying to stop.
The nation's leader also noting that his government is revisiting all the aspects of how they can bring relief to casual workers to assist in the economic growth on the island of Grand Bahama and the country as a whole. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azure Quant.
Thanks, Aja. Well, $1.2 billion, a substantial influx in new investments, marking a significant economic boost for the island of Grand Bahama. This, according to the Minister for Grand Bahama, Ginger Moxie, in her contribution in the House of Assembly today. She details the mega projects on tap for the island as she boasts of the imminent economic resurgence.
You've heard that right, over $1.2 billion in new investments since the 16th of September 2021.
The island of Grand Bahama is riding the waves of a prosperous economic revival, with the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, revealing projects that have catapulted the island's investment figures into the billion-dollar range. The latest addition is the $600 million transformation and redevelopment project at the Grand Bahama Shipyard.
This marks one of the largest single investments in the history of Grand Bahama that will significantly boost the economy and revolutionize the island with the world's #1 ship repair facility.
The $500 million Celebration Key project progresses steadily towards completion. This significant endeavor promises to be a key driver in the further enhancing of the economic landscape.
Celebration Key is the largest project Carnival has ever embarked on and the first cruise port designed exclusively to provide Carnival guests with their signature world-class funship experience. Employment opportunities in construction and operations are available for Bahamians who will continue to be available throughout the construction of the project and after the opening in July 2025.
The investments pouring in shows no signs of slowing down. The Libathon Group has recently secured a loan guarantee exceeding $71.3 million, marking a significant step in supporting the relaunch of the South Riding Point Energy Terminal later this year. Moreover, there are additional projects, including the flagship Doctors Hospital facility in Freeport, exquisite yachts formerly known as Running Mon Marina, and other ventures that promise to further elevate the island's economic prospects.
Then there's the downtown Freeport redevelopment, the airport redevelopment project, the new hospital project, Six Senses Grand Bahama, and the Echo Resort project in West Grand Bahama. That, again, is well over $1.2 billion invested in Grand Bahama since September 16, 2021.
The Minister for Grand Bahama has declared that the residents of Grand Bahama are basking in brighter days since the devastation caused by Hurricane Dorian.
Well, good news for the country's tourism sector as the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, highlighted substantial growth across nearly every facet, affirming that this year has witnessed record-breaking numbers in an industry vital to the nation's economic well-being.
I'm thrilled, Mr. Deputy, to announce that at the end of September this year, we have surpassed 7.2 million tourist arrivals.
A new tourism arrivals record has been achieved under the Davis administration. The announcement coming from the Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper.
Today is a record. Tomorrow is a new record. The week will set a new record. And every day after every day for the remainder of this year will be setting a new benchmark for tourism arrivals in our country.
Destinations such as Bimini, the Berry Islands, Half Moon Cay, and others have experienced remarkable growth in cruise ship arrivals over the past 2 years. Bimini, in particular, has been at the forefront of this surge in cruise ship arrivals with a remarkable increase of 138%.
Berry Islands up 36%. Eleuthera up 44%. Abaco up 38% overall, with air arrivals up 31%. And notwithstanding the prophets of gloom and doom, Grand Bahama is up 64%. And Central Grand Bahama is leading growth in air arrivals with an increase of 43.6%.
The Deputy Prime Minister underscores that the Davis administration is a government characterized by compassion and inclusion. He further reiterates their unwavering commitment to delivering compassionate relief to the islands of Abaco, Grand Bahama, and Ragged Island.
We will continue the aggressive revitalization of the economy of Grand Bahama Island as the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, continue to shepherd the over $1.2 billion of new investments for Grand Bahama.
Well, the date for the upcoming by-election is set. This Monday, November 6th, is nomination day. Nomination papers will be delivered by intending candidates or by one of the subscribers to the returning officer at Mount Zion Baptist Church Hall, Jonestown, 8 Mile Rock, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 noon. The election date is set for November 22nd, giving political candidates just 3 weeks to present their platform and plans to eligible voters in the West Grand Bahama and Bimini constituency. Now, this past weekend, the Progressive Liberal Party held its first rally on Grand Bahama and then on Bimini. Scores of supporters attended the rally and heard firsthand from standard bearer Kingsley Smith.
Hey!
The Progressive Liberal Party made waves in the community of West End as they hosted an electrifying rally and motorcade in support of their standard bearer, Kingsley Smith. The event drew passionate supporters in the lead up to the highly anticipated by-election. Prime Minister Philip Davis took to the stage with a resounding applause and highlighted Smith's qualifications and a dedication to public service.
He's one of you, born and raised in Grand Bahama, with a record of giving back, of coaching and mentoring your children. He founded a baseball league because he knows sports are one of the best ways to help young people learn about discipline and strength and collaboration, and sports can help strengthen bonds in our community. He's active in his church. He's a family man. He's a successful professional, and he's a natural leader. And he has a plan unlike the others.
Deputy Prime Minister the Honourable I. Chester Cooper echoing the sentiments, noting that West End deserves a leader who will fight for their interests, and Kingsley Smith is that leader. He says the party will finish the work started by the late Honourable Obi Wilshcombe. Meanwhile, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honourable Ginger Moxie, pledged the government's support for Smith's initiatives.
We're going to continue the great legacy of progressing Grand Bahama, creating jobs and opportunities for West Grand Bahama. As we've already done, $1.2 billion in new investment since we came to office for the island of Grand Bahama, and more than 1,200 new jobs. We gonna finish the job.
We know he has big shoes to fill, but as the incoming Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, this New Day government will have his back. The Ministry for Grand Bahama will have his back. And this Member of Parliament for Pine Ridge, yours truly, will have his back.
Standard bearer Kingsley Smith delivered an impassioned speech outlining his vision for West End's future.
We are going to rebuild the West End Police Station, and we are going to build affordable housing homes. Prime Minister, I want to go ahead and ask right now that we name the government complex in 8 Mile Rock after our brother Obi Wilshcombe.
The Progressive Liberal Party also hosting a rally on the island of Bimini, where candidate Kingsley Smith addressed supporters.
I'm not standing here just to speak words. I'm here to pledge action. I'm not an outsider. I'm one of you, molded by the same winds, sun, and sea. Bimini, when you cast your vote, think of the future we can build together for our island, for our legacy, for our Bimini. I ask for your trust, your support, for your vote. Let's do this together. Liberal Party, PLP, marching on to victory.
Well, the political campaigning in full swing as the Free National Movement held its rally in the alley over the weekend. In attendance was the opposition leader and ratified candidate Bishop Ricardo Grant, who took the time to underscore his commitment to change while addressing what he said were the pressing issues. Raven Davis was there and has this report.
Free National Movement's headquarters in West End, the hub of celebration, with party supporters gathering for a spirited rally Saturday evening. Party members addressing a hyped crowd, their resounding message, the importance of electing leadership that is stable and sincere. In his address, opposition leader Michael Pintard slamming the PLP for what he says has been a failure to rescue Grand Bahamians post-Hurricane Dorian, as attendees were encouraged to elect the party that cares.
No, I'm not suggesting that it is the politicians' responsibility to take care of the citizens. All of us, through industry and hard work and honesty and gaining the necessary qualifications, we have to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps. But you elect officials to facilitate your success. Any day of the week, I would take a woman or a man who's honest enough to say, no, I can't declare the millions, but I do have influence. I do have the ability to work with others on your behalf. And I will work on your behalf because I am touched by your infirmities and affliction.
F&M standard bearer Bishop Ricardo Grant touting a strong track record for the F&M. He assures that if elected, he will focus on a myriad of issues spanning education, infrastructure, and economic development.
The seawall needs to be addressed. We need to ensure that it's brought up to height that is comprehensive and that can ensure protection to our people. We're going to believe to ensure in West Grand Bahama that we look at the construction of a hurricane shelter. And let's look at developing a solo site.
Grant adding that he has a comprehensive plan tailored to suit the needs of constituents.
That's what we do in the F&M. We listen. We don't come just talking, we listen. Because I told them the time has come for us to put the power back in the hands of the people. The people's voice needs to be heard.
Now in the height of campaign season, another F&M rally is slated for tomorrow in Seagrape, 8 Mile Rock. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news when we come back.
You asked for it, you've got it. A new plant nursery fully loaded with everything you need and extended hours. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Every Sunday from noon until 4 p.m., join us at Portobello's Restaurant at the Grand Lucayan for a delicious full buffet spread. Call 373-1333 for more information.
Keep it cool with Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, located number 3 Milton Street. Phone 602-5467.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority presents 50th Anniversary Golden Tribute, The Unveiling. Friday, November 3rd, Churchill Square, downtown, beginning at 7:30 p.m. Witness history in the making.
It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. Woo!
It's only October.
Christmas isn't as far as you think. If you start your layaway now, you'll get it right on time. Make layaway work for you. 50% down on furniture and bedding. Any amount down on mattresses. 6 weeks to pay it off. No interest. Pay whatever you want, whenever you want. Don't get caught on Christmas Day. Come to Island Bedding and lay it away.
Somebody call the Brinks truck.
Christmas in Freeport presents the Black Bottle Christmas Concert featuring the boss, Rick Ross, live in concert.
The biggest concert of the year. You know the biggest boss gonna run out there, boy.
On Saturday, December 23rd at Goombay Park, Freeport, Bahamas, with DJs like Tico T, Overdose, 1K Gaza, DJ Cannon, Just Ride, King Diano, Little Giant, DJ Slangs, DJ Future, Matt Bull, and more. It's Christmas in Freeport. The Black Bottle Christmas, BBC, Part 5, with Rick Ross, the boss, performing live. Saturday, December 23rd, 2023, at Goombay Park, Freeport, Bahamas. Doors open at 9 p.m. until. Security is strictly enforced. For more info, call 602-7751 or 727-3226. The Black Bottle Christmas Concert.
The biggest boss in the biz, Ricky Rose, come performing live.
For sponsorship and Skybox info, call 602-7751.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Under the theme, One Nation, One People, Our Public Service, public servants throughout the Bahamas are being recognized for their efforts and the role they play in serving our communities. This week, our Shane Stubbs took a closer look at a number of departments. Tonight, we begin with Consumer Affairs.
The Consumer Affairs Unit was established to protect customers by monitoring prices at various businesses. But what exactly goes into their job on a day-to-day basis? Well, today we tagged along with the Consumer Affairs Unit, where Chief Price Inspector Reno Smith gave us a behind-the-scenes look at what their job entails.
A lot of people think we just do price control, but not only are we responsible for price control, We also deal with landlords and tenants disputes. In addition to that, as we have 1 month left in the hurricane season, today we are doing a hurricane inspection to make sure the business houses have adequate supplies in the event that there's a hurricane the last month of the season. We deal with food stores, price control, non-food stores, for instance, clothing stores and all of that. We also inspect them to make sure every item that is for sale to consumers are properly priced.
But that begs the question, how do you guys gauge what is fair, for a consumer?
Well, you would have noticed we inspected the gas station earlier. Whenever a new shipment of gas comes in, before the wholesalers or retailers set the price for their gas, they must submit an application to the Ministry of Economic Affairs, Consumer Affairs Unit, and we will advise them. We'll set a price for them, whether it's gas or food or basic necessities.
They also play a huge role in empowering consumers and controlling the destiny of their own pockets.
You have the right to walk around or shop around various business establishments, compare the prices. You control the destiny of your wallet, all right? And if one place has this particular item for $10 and somebody else has it for $15, common sense will tell you, shop at the place where you can get it at a more reasonable price.
All in all, the Consumer Affairs Unit believes strongly in consumer education and advises the public to be more aware of where and how they are spending. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Be sure to stay tuned as tomorrow we take a look at the emergency medical services. It's now time for your Health is Wealth Mondays tip, coming your way next.
Men, did you know that as you get older, your prostate gland enlarges? The prostate gland is found in males between the urinary bladder, where the urine is stored, and the urethra, the tube that urine passes through. As the prostate gland grows, many men may experience symptoms, which includes waking up more often to urinate, difficulty starting the urine flow, dribbling after urination ends, reduced strength of urine stream, and difficulty controlling urine leakage. Erectile dysfunction may also occur. More than 50% of men over the age 50 have the enlargement called benign prostate hyperplasia, also known as BPH. Even though BPH is common, symptoms may also be related to urine or prostate infection, diabetes, bladder or prostate cancer. In most cases, screening for prostate health starts at age 40. So schedule your checkup with your family doctor or urologist and learn how to keep your prostate healthy. I'm Dr. Tiadra Johnson, and remember, your health is your wealth.
Shane Stubbs has your Monday check on sports.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shane Stubbs, and welcome to Sports. It was an action-packed weekend of sports. We've got all the updates for you, so let's start with basketball. The Gateway Christian Academy Eagles are riding high after winning the Danny Pratt Invitational Tournament over in Andros.
I'm incredibly proud of my guys. This is a testament of hard work and dedication. Since September, we've been working extremely hard. We look forward to what this year brings. We're going to continue to build, and Gateway is going to be around.
They'd go on to defeat the CV Bethel Stingrays 78-75. The junior boys, however, would finish as runners-up in the junior division. Next in sports, we've got results from the Focal Junior Tennis Tournament that happened over the weekend. Your under-12 girls champion is Caitlin Pratt, who defeated Danielle Sanders. Your under-12 boys champion is Chase Newbold, who outlasted Kingston Reeves. Taking the under-14 girls crown was Millie Bukes over Tatiana Madu. Patrick McTaggart would claim the under-14 boys crown over Alex Hopper. Jaleesa Clark won the under-16 girls title over Tatiana Madu. She'd also win the girls under-18 title over Sapphire Ferguson. William McCartney will also claim both the boys under 16 and under 18 titles. And lastly in sports, some highlights from Sunday's slew of NFL games. The Dallas Cowboys ran rampant, rounding up the Los Angeles Rams 43-20. The Miami Dolphins took care of business against their AFC East rivals, the New England Patriots, 31-17, behind some big performances from Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals continue to build momentum after stunning the San Francisco 49ers 31-17. The Philadelphia Eagles outlasted the Washington Commanders 38-31, and the Denver Broncos would upset the Kansas City Chiefs 24-9. So ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for sports this evening. I'm Shane Stubbs, and as always, be safe and be great.
When you order a large Pizza Hut specialty pizza, you unlock a delicious deal. For a limited time, you can add a small one-topping pizza for just $2 more. Hawaiian, Supreme, barbecue chicken, meat lovers, and more flavors. And for just $2, you can double the deliciousness. But hurry, this mouth-watering twice as nice deal won't last forever. Call Pizza Hut Freeport at 352-9191 today.
Hi, I'm Wes. I'd like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
John West Shoes is now open. Carmichael West, Nassau, behind Wendy's.
Psst. Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Copter termites former Salmus, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper, so you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
Have you ever wondered how electricity gets to your home? Let's start at the beginning. Our teams at our energy plant work around the clock to generate power to be delivered to your home or business. When it leaves the generating facility, electricity first travels to a switch yard that increases the voltage to allow it to travel long distances throughout the island. A network of high voltage transmission lines is the backbone of the electric grid and is used to carry large amounts of electricity across long distances. After completing the first leg of this journey, electricity arrives at the neighborhood substation. The substation's job is to lower the voltage before power can be sent over shorter distances closer to homes and businesses. Once lowered, the electricity is now ready for the final leg of its voyage. When it leaves the substation, it travels along the distribution poles and wires, the ones you see every day around your community. Just outside your home or business, the electricity voltage is further reduced by a pole mount transformer to a level that customers use in their homes or businesses. And now that the electricity has finally reached its destination, it travels through a meter, flows to a service panel, and then to the outlets inside your home. To learn more about how our business operates, visit our website or follow us on Facebook.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Justin Hill, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We hope you had a great weekend. We also want to wish you a happy belated birthday, and thank you so much for watching. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
When we started Storm Frame Windows in 1999, we wanted to fabricate an impact-rated product to compete with the Florida market, and we've done this. There's no fabricator or vendor from Florida that can do what we can in the Bahamas. Because we fabricate locally and we're a local-based company, we have the capability to provide better customer service than our competitors. With all the worldwide supply chain issues, we at Stormframe have improved our fabrication process and have invested in stock to be able to produce our orders in 4 weeks. We also keep in stock over 400 windows and doors at standard sizes for walk-in customers to purchase. Our professional sales staff is here to assist you with the complete purchase and installation. We also service and ship to the out outlets.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, tourism numbers shattered. CLECO awaits settlement. Public service retirees awarded. And in sports, newest sports honorees named. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder, and welcome to the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. Strategic partnerships, increased airlift, successful promotions and trade missions, all leading to laser-focused results for the country's main economic engine. An exuberant tourism minister sharing the details in Parliament this morning.
That at the end of September this year, we have surpassed 7.2 million tourist arrivals.
Think back a bit, and that's pretty much the same number of tourists the Bahamas welcomed in its record-breaking pre-pandemic year of 2019.
Today is a record. Tomorrow is a new record. The week will set a new record. And every day, after every day, for the remainder of this year, will be setting a new benchmark for tourism arrivals in our country.
An evidently thrilled Tourism Investments and Aviation Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper there, who borrowed a line from House Chaplain Valentino Williams when he noted in his devotional in the House of Assembly Monday morning that nothing just happened.
There were 7.2 arrivals by air, 7.2 million arrivals by air and sea from January through the end of September. The breakdown is 1.3 million came by air and 5.8 million came by sea, as the total arrivals outpacing 2019 by 33%. Total air and sea arrivals were higher in January, February, March, April, every single month of the year, even September, the slow month, compared to the same month for 2022 and 2019. In September year to date, 2023, foreign air and sea arrivals increased by 50% compared to the same period for 2022.
Add to that, cruise arrivals are up 60% and foreign air arrivals 20%. Significant gains also coming in the form of daily room rates, room revenue, and the big kicker, tourist spending. And while destinations like the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Europe continue to dominate the country's biggest visitor markets, research has found the steady return of Latin America and increased traffic from places like Asia, Africa, the Middle East, and Australia.
So looking at visitor trends from January to September, 64% of all stopovers came primarily for vacation, 16% for weddings and honeymoons, 5.6% for casinos, and 3.5% for business. What we are seeing is the effect of strategic planning and hotel and cruise operators having continued confidence in the strength of the Bahamas' brand.
That strategic planning also bearing fruit in the Family Islands. The Berry Islands boasting a growth of up to 36.4%, Eleuthera 44%, Abaco 38%, and as Cooper put it, despite the prophets of doom and gloom, Grand Bahama 64%. In related news, after shutting its doors last February, leaving hundreds of workers to find employment elsewhere, much focus has been on reopening the British Colonial Hotel as soon as possible. And this particularly as officials push to sustain growing demand by constructing thousands of new hotel rooms. So here's the latest in that regard.
And I am pleased to tell you that the iconic British Colonial will open on December 12th. With 288 renovated rooms and more than 300 Bahamians employed. We will continue to access opportunities in key source markets and will also strategically leverage Bahamas Air to bolster underserved markets and drive traffic particularly to Grand Bahama and Abaco.
A gazetted notice of election confirming Friday's widespread report that the by-election in the West Grand Bahama and Bimini constituency will take place on November 22nd between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. As reported, nomination day is set for November 6th between 9 a.m. and noon at Mount Zion Baptist Church Hall, Jonestown, 8 Mile Rock, Grand Bahama. Nomination forms can be picked up from the place, date, and times mentioned or at the Parliamentary Commissioner Office, Farrington Road, here in Nassau. Well, by-election fever heating up in Bimini with the Progressive Liberal Party holding a rally there this past weekend. Taking the stage, the party's candidate, Kingsley Smith, who made a case for why he's the right man to move that constituency forward.
Leadership isn't about having deep pockets. It's about having a deep commitment, vision, and a strategy. It's about rolling up your sleeves, understanding the needs, and crafting a clear plan of action. The people of West Grand Bahama and Bimini deserve more than just words. They deserve actionable plans. We're here to deliver real solutions, not empty rhetoric.
The PLP's top brass also addressing Bimini supporters. Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis and his deputy, the Honourable Chester Cooper, highlighting the work they've already done on that island.
This is the party of hope, the party of prosperity. If you want to see them projects like the Bimini Harbour, like the Bimini Cultural Centre, like the Resort World Bimini, like the extension of the runway, like your new terminal building, like the George Reach Complex, like the Ocean Key Marine Reserve, and much, much more in the pipeline.
Our Progressive Liberal Party offers Kingsley Smith to you, the good people of Bimini, to complete OB's mission. We are asking you to pass the baton to Kingsley, pass the baton on to Kingsley to finish what OB started. Kingsley didn't wake up one morning and decided all of a sudden that he cared about the people of West Grand Bahama. He's one of you. He's a boy from Boodle Bay, but he also has roots in Bimini, and he cares about Bimini as well.
Over on Grand Bahama, independent candidate Daquan Swain is hoping to persuade voters not to even look at the two major parties this time around.
I'm quite confident in our plans, and we're not looking to the left, we're not looking to the right. All we're doing is presenting the plans, showing people that we've been consistently there in the community, continuing to do the work in the community, and showing them that if we work together with this, we can definitely pull this off, and the feedback has been incredible.
Well, admittedly busy on the political battlefields, Progressive Liberal Party Chairman Fred Mitchell today acknowledged he can't take last. It was a direct hit to retain his chairmanship, a position fiercely contested by former Senator Robin Lyons and senior PLP and the party's rejected candidate for the West Grand Bahama and Bimini constituency, Shane Gibson. Now, who will emerge the winner will all be revealed during the party's national convention next week. Mitchell making it clear, though, that the governing party has no problem with democracy.
Quoting Mark Twain, who said, "Reports of my death are greatly exaggerated." And Shakespeare said in Julius Caesar, "What private griefs they have, alas, I know not, but they're wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reasons answer you." So he also says, Mark Antony said later, "Let's slip the dogs of war." I leave it there.
Well, as mentioned, longtime PLP Chairman Fred Mitchell will go head-to-head with two others for that post. The only female hoping to unseat him, Robin Lyons, who yesterday officially announced her candidacy.
It truly has been an honor for me to serve the party in its leadership over the last 14 years. And that's been in several capacities, but most importantly, I've served the party as the national vice chair from 2009 to 2017. When we had our convention in October of 2017, I ran for the post I now hold as deputy chair, and I was successful. So I've held that post from 2017 to now. I have been an integral part of the PLP's legal team since 2010, contributing my legal expertise to advance the party's legislative agenda and uphold the principles of justice and equality.
The 40-year-old attorney says if elected, the first order of business is to connect with members and tap into the party's deep bench.
More than ever, now is the time for us to reset to our core values and reinvigorate our traditional base of supporters. They need to hear the PLP they know. Too many of our members are not satisfied with the direction and the sound, and that is not a critique that is meant to divide or destroy. The reason we have our convention is we put ourselves on appraisal. We created a process that says, search within.
And speaking of expectations coming out of the PLP's National Convention next week, Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, is counting on a unified party headed into West Grand Bahama and Bimini by-election. Weighing in on claims of a division within the PLP following a back and forth between party chairman Fred Mitchell and former MP Shane Gibson, Campbell expressed hope that the status quo will remain.
All you have to do is take a look at what happened in Grand Bahama over the weekend. The party is a united party, and as our current chairman says, we follow a democratic process, which means that you may have more than one person challenging for certain seats, as it should be. But all of this will indeed help us to grow, and you will see the united effort being put forward on the ground in Grand Bahama.
Well, during her press conference Sunday, Robin Lyons, that is, stressed the need for the voice and face of the party reflecting a new day, adding that the younger generation is asking not just to be heard, but have a seat at the table. In backing Kingsley Smith for the West Grand Bahama and Bimini seat, Mitchell also voiced the need to embrace a new generation. Now, when asked about Lyons' argument for support, Campbell said this.
Well, you know, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. If that's how she feels, then, you know, hats off to her for it.
How you feel?
I mean, I have no comment on the issue at this time. But you know, she's participating. I don't think she's being impeded from participating. So, you know, it's really a non-issue from my point of view.
Still to come, CLECO awaits settlement. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Welcome to a world where hope is still loud, where dreams are still relevant, and determination has no substitute. Welcome to a nation where the people are still warm, resilient, and innovative. And Commonwealth Bank is at the center of it all, giving innovation and progress an extra push for more than 60 years. We're here for Bahamians because we are Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
Just when Leo was about to buy this useless pair of Hands underwear, he remembered that it was Tuesday. Hungry for deals? You better come satisfy it at KFC before doing something crazy. Crazy Tuesdays! 5 juicy, mouth-watering pieces of world-famous KFC chicken, handmade with a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices for only $10. Crazy Tuesdays! A finger-licking good deal.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
We build the gym, you build the body.
The time may change, but not the great specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Libby's Vienna sausage, 4 ounce, $1.19. So cheesy macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounce, 2 for $1.49. Tipton apple juice, 64 ounce, $3.99. Sunny Delight smooth or tangy, 64 ounce, 2 for $5. Fresh carrots, 2-pound bag, $2.99. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarket.
BPL's decision to enter a deal with generation supplier and engine manufacturer Wärtsilä is still facing harsh criticism. Energy Minister, the Honorable JoBeth Colby Davis, tabling a completed report of the deal, which came about half a series of devastating fires at BPL's ANC power plants at its Clifton site in 2018. The Davis administration has consistently maintained that this was a bad deal from the start. Well, today, Minister Colby Davis reiterated that position, noting that the state BPL now finds itself in is a direct result of mismanagement under the previous administration. She says, in looking at this report, there are 3 crucial questions that must be addressed.
What prevented BPL from conducting a competitive process to contract rental generation to replace Station C after the fire in 2018? Do we consider the terms to be favorable to the Bahamas and in line with industry standards? And why was the contract amended to add more generators in a building acknowledged at the time of the decision as structurally incapable of bearing such weight?
Cost overruns, an issue the minister decries. Colby Davis warns that the project, budgeted at just under $100 million, has already ballooned to nearly $120 million, with the figure almost certain to rise. Again, she says the direct result of bad decision.
By tabling this report, Bahamians can assess the situation for themselves. We have a clear mandate and commitment to get BPL back on track. And with your support, we are going to make it happen.
Well, after more than a decade's wait, Clico Bahamas policyholders could finally be getting the money owed to them. The company's local liquidator has been authorized to accept a $180 and $10+ million settlement to repay the debts of the insurer that went belly up in early 2009. Now, in an order filed in the Supreme Court back in July, Chief Justice Sir Ian Winder ruled that Craig Gomez can accept the sum that has been adjudicated by the Trinidad-based CL Financial. Aside from policyholders, funds remain outstanding to both the government and creditors. Meantime, the 28-day window has ended for Shantytown dwellers served eviction notices early this month, and this as the government prepares to begin demolitions. Notices were served on Cool Acres and All Saints Way Shantytown residents on Monday, October 2nd, during an operation by the Unregulated Communities Action Task Force. At the time, Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, shared that approximately 60 illegal migrants had also been apprehended. The planned demolitions come after the Supreme Court in February lifted a 2018 injunction put in place by Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson, preventing the demolition of shantytowns in the Bahamas. The government's attempt since then was also stalled after it applied to demolish more than 300 dwellings on Abaco and New Providence. But Chief Justice Ian Winder in May ruled that only 2 dwellings had violated the 2018 injunction, reasoning that Minister Alfred Sayers had other lawful means to demolish the structures. In a statement following the posting of the notices, the Ministry of Works noted the planned demolitions are in accordance with Section 4.3 of the Building Regulations Act, Chapter 200, also citing concerns over lack of necessities like proper waste disposal and safe electricity supply in shantytown communities. Sweeting at the time said the demolitions would not target a specific group of people, and the Ministry of Social Services was also involved to also assist Bahamians living in those communities. Well, Caribbean statisticians here in the Bahamas for a week of meetings aimed at building on their work of gathering information to assist policymakers with national development goals. Vaughn Albury has the story.
Meeting in person for the first time since the pandemic, Caribbean statisticians heard keynote speaker, the Honorable Miles Loroda, affirm the importance of their theme.
Your theme this year, One Voice, One CARICOM, Everyone Counts, is so fitting as it speaks to and enforces the CARICOM policy and mission to leave no one behind.
It's 3 meetings this week, all working in concert. The 48th Standing Committee of Caribbean Statisticians, the 36th Regional Census Coordinating Committee, and the 13th Regional Statistical Research Seminar. Carol Coy is a delegate from Jamaica.
Well, I expect for us in the region to come to some decisions regarding moving statistics forward, because statistics is not static. There's development going on in the international statistics community, and as a region, we need to ensure that we move forward so we can provide the necessary statistics that are needed for the region.
The acting managing director of the Bahamas National Statistical Institute outlines some of the challenges faced in the Bahamas.
We also support each other. We have something called technical assistance, where member states can go to a country that may be stronger in producing maybe say national accounts. If we need assistance there, we can go to them, or they can come to us, because believe it or not, the Bahamas is one of the countries that is stronger in national accounts in the region.
The Deputy Secretary General of CARICOM Statisticians outlined what are the approaches and expected outcomes from these meetings here in the Bahamas.
We want to ensure that the regional strategy is endorsed. We want to ensure that new areas of research is put at, before the practitioners. And we also critically, we want to ensure that the challenges that member states have been having with the 2020 round of censuses is addressed, and we find solutions to some of the problems.
And when these meetings conclude November 3rd, CARICOM statisticians hope to emerge affirming their theme, One Voice, One CARICOM, Everyone Counts. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I am Vaughn Albury.
Diplomatic Week, brought to you by Bahamas Financial Services Board.
The country's relations with the international community remain strong. Head of the Diplomatic Week Committee and Ambassador at Large, His Excellency Ron Pinder, sharing as much in closing out Diplomatic Week at the Bahama Resort. Climate change, justice, multilateralism, and the continuing conflict in Haiti dominating discussions during the week-long summit.
We dealt with the issue of Haiti. We had Professor Ambassador Grandison from CARICOM. He joined us on Zoom, as well as the Chargé d'Affaires from the Bahamas Embassy in Haiti, Godfrey Roll, and then, of course, the Chargé d'Affaires of the Embassy of Haiti here in the Bahamas. So it was a wonderful discussion highlighting those very problematic issues, but necessary discussion having been had to inform our diplomats and inform other foreign diplomats of where the Bahamas stands, why these issues are so important to the Bahamas, and to lobby support, not only for ourselves, mind you, also for Haiti, also for support of other small island developing states.
Now, Pinder expressed hope the week-long discussions further strengthen the country's foreign relations and ties, which ultimately lead to economic and social prosperity for all.
We believe that we stand strong diplomatically. We have used the opportunity to strengthen ties. We have even had, for the first time ever, the presentation of credentials in a group format. So we would have had some 6 ambassadors who have just recently presented their credentials to Her Excellency the Governor General. That has never happened before, but we took the opportunity to invite them, and at the same time invite them at a time of Diplomatic Week, presenting their credentials and causing them to be a part of the bilateral discussions and dialogues that we've been having.
Today, over 1,000 public servants officially left the workforce for hopefully a happy retirement. And for the first time since 2019, the ceremony was held to celebrate those who spent their working lives contributing to the country's development. Devontae Hanna takes it from there.
Songs of celebration. Expressions of gratitude.
Your contributions have not only helped us to achieve goals, but have also inspired and touched many lives. The lives of everyone you have worked with.
As over 1,000 retirees were granted medallions for their work in the public service on Mount Fitzwilliam on Monday, marking the end of decades of service to the Bahamian people.
And if I had to do it again, I'll do it all over and give another 49 years to make it 50 years, the public service.
It was shared jubilation for those receiving the honor, many of whom dedicated their lives to national development.
I'm a principal, and the principal had to be more responsible for everything. But it's evolving a way where right now we allow collective efficacy to prevail, which means that we allow everyone to become involved so as to achieve excellence in education.
And as the job market continues to change, with many opting for the shorter careers, retirees Herman Johnson, who served 46 years, and Rosemary Green Thompson are hopeful that those in the labor force today can grasp what is ahead of them, only if they remain patient.
I don't think there's a secret. There's always that desire of what you can do for this country and what you can do for young people and how you can lift people and help them achieve their purpose and the goals that they want in life.
The ceremony was the first in 5 years on the grounds of the newly renovated Government House. Honorees gathered from across the country who served in several capacities within the public service. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
A great story there, Devontae. Marcellus Hall joins us in studio with a check on what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for this evening, our women's national soccer team battled to a 0-0 draw with USVI. Details ahead in sport.
At this year's Caribbean Investment Forum, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, gave remarks on the economic objectives of the event.
The Caribbean Investment Forum is in its second year, and the objective really is to bring together business and to get them doing deals. When we talked last year with CEDA, who's the organizer of this event, we said to them that we would put the strength of the government behind this conference. But if it was just talk and just a talking shop, we were not interested. That mission was embraced by CEDA. We coined the phrase, less talk, more business, and that's what we hope will happen this week. There are 45 institutional investors from 40 countries, more than 500 registered attendees, and I hope that there are some deals made this week.
The Deputy Prime Minister also expressed the benefits of the long-term aims and goals of the forum going forward.
So this is good for the Caribbean. We have to do more in the Caribbean to do business with ourselves for the sustainability of the region and for the general harmony and relationships in the region and for improved connectivity, improved logistics. The more business deals are done, the more we will have air connectivity and shipping routes created for the entire Caribbean. But certainly we have banks, we have multilateral agencies, we have investors from around the world. So this is not just about the Bahamas, it's about the entire Caribbean. I hope that Bahamian business will come out. I hope that they will meet their business counterparts from other countries, and I hope we'll get some business done.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
After a 3-year hiatus, the Junior Local Government Council elections recently returned, and this time the students at Anatole Rogers High School were able to cast their ballots as the only New Providence school to participate in the elections.
The election is very educational. It's also very much a reality check for students because after grade 10 and 11 and grade 8 will be adults, and it shows what we're going to be doing once we get outside of school, and also shows that your opinions and the voice that you want for your people and what you want better, when you want better for them, it shows that it matters.
Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin, and a team of officers from the Department of Local Government were in hand during the election process.
I believe that this is going to have a significant impact on the social culture in this school. It's too early to tell, but I think so. I think this is going to engender a level of maturity in the student population. Those who are elected, how they function within the constraints of a school environment, and their dialogue with the administration, and how that leads to a better student administration relationship.
Our vision, as stated in the Local Government Act, is to bring governance closest to the people. Continuity is important. So another generation of raising our practitioners with the understanding that they are to be a part of their local governance processes.
Jonalie McIntosh for EdTalk.
The ball is back, and the ball is the Red Ribbon Ball, the 27th annual Red Ribbon Ball in aid of the Bahamas AIDS Foundation. And the theme this year is 1001 Arabian Nights.
Zingmer is a proud supporter of the AIDS Foundation and the Red Ribbon Ball. Over the years, we found that what we do best creates an atmosphere for people to open up their pocket.
Well, at John Bull, we believe in the work of the AIDS Foundation. You know, I've been told whenever you see that little blue bag, it brings excitement. Well, we're going to have lots of blue bags at this year's Red Ribbon Ball, and we have no doubt that it will be fabulous.
So at Alive Business, we're extremely excited to be a part of the Red Ribbon Ball once again this year, and that we're able to contribute $10,000 towards the success of this program.
As Commonwealth Brewery, we're more than proud to partner with the Bahamas AIDS Foundation. We're going to provide our best wines to entertain and bring the right atmosphere to the group.
So we at Wildflowers are thrilled that the ball is back, and we're very excited to be able to contribute to this event by decorating the Arabian Nights more beautiful than ever before.
can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Some 200 backyard farming kits today distributed to residents in the Foxhill community as the Agricultural Development Organization attempts to promote food security and a healthier Bahamas. That distribution taking place at the Foxhill Community Center, where Executive Chairman Philip Smith revealed the organization is launching a competition where over the course of 6 to 7 months, the progress of the recipients' backyard gardens will be monitored, with the winner set to receive a cruise for 2 on a Royal Caribbean ship. President of Royal Beach Club and General Manager of Royal Caribbean International Bahamas, Philip Simon, affirmed the company's continued support of Smith and the ADO.
Pastor Paul was just telling me about the statistics for diabetes, that there are 70,000 people in the Bahamas that are affected. Either they have it or they're pre-diabetic, right? Can you believe that? And so what we put in our mouths, man, is so important. You are what you eat. And so if we could grow the right things, you know, without these chemicals. But you know, those people who making that food, man, they just want that money, you know.
Through these farming initiatives, the ADO is seeking to change how the Bahamas feeds itself, in turn reducing that $1 billion import food bill that we have, and of course building a healthier population. Royal Caribbean International is very proud to play a role in this journey.
Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honourable Jomo Campbell, also voiced his support for the organization as he says corporate partnership and cooperation are key to the continuation of attempts to grow farming as the country attempts to cut down its $1 billion food import bill.
The high and fluctuating cost of food for the average Bahamian family and the amount of food imported, as we heard Mr. Smith say, into our country dictates that we continue to explore innovative ways to encourage Bahamians to grow our own food. The benefits of backyard farming cannot be overstated. Benefits such as quality control, nutritional value, healthy eating choices, the lowering of grocery bills, stability in the availability of necessary items, physical exercise, and it is even said to promote mental wellness.
The hot topic of abortion up for discussion in this week's As I See It. The author, our senior producer, Tanya Smith-Cartwright, tells our readership her very views on the subject. Is it really a woman's choice only? This one is definitely hot. As I See It is published on our website, znsbahamas.com, and our social media platforms every Monday. Through this column, Smith-Cartwright explores a multitude of trending controversial hot topics and brings them to us as she sees them.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Atlantic. Good like that.
At Costrite, our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. KoshRite members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at KoshRite, where membership truly has its privileges.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A brand that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
The importance of healthy living and paying attention to health, the messages conveyed to residents on South Andros, where a community health fair was recently held. Residents gathered just outside the Bank of the Bahamas site in Camps Bay, where they were able to have their pressure and sugar levels checked, ask questions, and be given vital health tips. Registered nurse and midwife Kathleen Austin really stresses the importance for South Andros residents to take advantage of their natural environment and what it provides in terms of growing healthy, nutritious food.
And the goal is to encourage people to use the local ingredients that they have already at their disposal to maintain their health. Like encouraging people to do a little backyard farming, encouraging people to eat from the soil as much as possible, fresh fish, you know, decrease all the preservatives as much as possible. So that's basically what we're doing.
South Andros Chief Counselor Pastor Ashley Brown says small communities like his continue to face challenges to meeting healthcare needs. South Andros is a massive area of land stretching several settlements with a population of under 2,000 people, many of them aging. Therefore, he says a number of logistical factors will need to be addressed.
There's no ambulance services, so that is a concern for us. And then there's the maternal situation where a lot of our young women or mothers have to go into Nassau to give birth. That is a challenge because they leave the island at least 4 to 6 weeks before their due date. And so they have to find residents, they have to find and people to house them and feed them for at least 6 weeks, you know, and then 2 weeks after. So that's a challenge for most South Androsians.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. Partly cloudy skies, temperature 84 degrees, a relative humidity at 70%. The winds out of the north-northeast at 5 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,010.9 millibars. That's 29.85 inches. And your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 83 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Greenfield, Key and Abaco, Marsh Harbor at 82 degrees, and Harbor Island, 84 degrees. 84 extends into Roxanne, Eleuthera. Black Point, Exuma, Kemp's Bay, South Andros, reporting 88, 86 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Artisan, Cat Island, 84 degrees. 84 is in San Salvador and Rumkey. Georgetown, Exuma, warmer at 87 degrees. 88 in Rygat Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. And Betsy Bay, Maguana, 89. Acklands, 89. Matchetown, Nagua, 85. And the Texan Caicos Isles at 86 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the northwestern islands tonight, northeast winds at 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Your high tide will occur at 9:45 tonight. Now for the central and southeastern islands, light and variable winds with flat seas 1 to 3 feet. Tomorrow, Tuesday, in the northwestern islands, the winds become northwest to west at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights retaining at 2 to 4 feet. High tide occurs at 10:13 in the morning with the low tide at 4:44 in the afternoon. And in the central and southeastern islands on Tuesday, once again, light and variable winds with flat seas. But in the middle of the week, we'll see some significant change in our winds. They will increase 15 to 20 knots out of the northwest to north, and this is for the northwest Bahamas. Wave heights building 4 to 7 feet, so caution flags will go in place for the northwest Bahamas on Wednesday. High tide takes place at 11 in the morning with the low tide at 5:33 in the afternoon. In the central and southeastern islands, winds northwest to north also increasing 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights building 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. International temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. The extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers.
It does not matter which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
It's your honorary pump attendant here to educate you on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Here's what you don't do. Do not pull up from the pump without first checking that the nozzle has been removed from your car. Because if you pop this, that's about $600,000 to $30,000 to replace. These things ain't cheap. What you want to do is make sure that the nozzle has been removed, or just wait for the universal sign, which is the double tap.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-779-5-8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
ZNS Total Sports brought to you by Sans Beer, who reminds you to recycle your beer bottles for cash in Nassau, Grand Bahama, and now Abaco and Eleuthera. Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check on the Monday, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. With repairs being done to the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium, that meant our Senior Ladies National Soccer team had to take their Group C Road to the World Cup game on the road to play the U.S. Virgin Islands, and playing a good match in this one as the two countries battle their way to a 0-0 draw. Each side now has 1 point. That means USVI after 2 games, and the Bahamas through 3 matches. It was an even first 45 minutes between the two sides. Bahamas did have several looks at goal, unable to convert those. Janika Edie shot a shot that sailed just wide of the post, followed by a long-range shot that required a tricky save from the goalkeeper for USVI, Lavinia Lawrence. And of course, a mad scramble in the front of the goal. Lawrence able to control that one. USVI again threatened as well, but the Bahamas up to the challenge as Kelsey Montano in the goal there for Bahamas. Kendi Alton, in the goal for the Bahamas, did a pretty good job of keeping things at bay. Same two countries will play against each other again on November 29th. Now, speaking of soccer, the University of the Bahamas soccer team turned in their best international performance of any team in UB's history, winning both contests over the weekend. The Mingos took out United International College 3-1 on Saturday in Miramar. Ronaldo Green connected for a hat-trick for the Mingos, and that was his second international hat-trick for the Mingos so far. Mingos struck first, and USI responded to tie the match at 1-1. Early in the first half, it was Green again scoring the rest of his hat-trick in the 51st and 59th minute. Mingos defense able to hold on. Head coach Alex Thompson saying the win was simple.
All the credit goes to the guys. They executed what we worked on in training, and they tried to take a very professional approach, so I couldn't be happier. A few players who stepped up today. Ronaldo Green had a great game. Peter Drumis, Evel Drumis, and also Nathan Wells again was very solid for us. So the squad in its entirety, I couldn't be more proud of.
And the month of November officially being labeled as National Sports Month, our Charles Fisher taking a closer look at what's in store.
30 days of fun-filled month of activities, including the National Sports Awards. Making the announcement was the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bole.
I'm happy to be here to launch the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture Sports Month under the theme Unity in Sports, a Golden Jubilee. Sports is a universal and timeless principle that transcends the boundaries of nations and backgrounds. Therefore, our sports department theme is most fitting at this time. Sports is the purest form. It's not about the competition, but really about bringing people together, developing friendship, understanding the value of being a teammate in the game of life.
It's a list of who's who in Bahamian sports, from administrators to athletes.
Dr. Larry Davis, Mr. Alan Murray, Anton Seeley, Craig Flowers, John Bumpy Johnson, Mr. Peter Pratt, Mark Knowles, Ivan Dopey Taylor, Jennifer Isaac Dodson, Yvonne Lockhart, Friendly Pamela, and not least but last, Mr. James Sam Brown.
Speaking on behalf of the honorees, Jennifer Isaacs Dodson.
It is indeed an honor and a pleasure to be here amongst these esteemed fellow Hall of Famers who I feel so honored and proud to be sharing this honor with. It is indeed a great distinction and honor, and I'm overwhelmed to think that all of us are being installed as a Hall of Famer for 2023.
Coming up in Tuesday's Sports, we'll hear from some of those honorees. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, thanks, Fisher. With a new sports gym in its backyard, sleepy South Andros quickly waking up these days. After wrapping up a successful basketball tournament over the weekend, the island is exploring other ways to utilize its new facility. Corville Pyfrom has more.
Having this new gymnasium is an accomplishment for any island, but it's an astounding feat for the South Andros community. Nearly 2 decades from its inception to almost being entirely complete, this weekend's high school basketball tournament was a rollout for both the still unnamed gym and South Andros.
This tournament is more than a competition. It's a testament to the remarkable progress our community has made. And what makes it even more special is this newly furbished gym, a symbol of progress that will serve as a hub for sports and community events.
Area MP Leon Lundy boasts that the new complex breathes new life into the community. The gym just played host to a successful weekend-long basketball tournament, and so long called the Sleeping Giant, South Andros is now wide awake.
We still have a few works to do. I think we're about 95% of the way finished. That's why we wanted to have the tournament, just to see whether it was game ready. We have some tweaks we have to do, but definitely next year. We're looking forward to it, looking forward to inviting a lot of the teams, and we're ready.
Its purposes, Lundy says, are multifaceted.
We're going to use this, we're going to utilize it. It's actually a hurricane shelter also because of where it is. So definitely we're going to use it for everything.
Lundy says the community will decide on an official name for the new facility, which is expected to host its official grand opening early next year. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
And that's it. Your look at sports for you here on this Monday. Don't go anywhere. We do have that Monday weather outlook coming up right after this. ZNS Total Sports brought to you by Sans Beer, who reminds you to recycle your beer bottles for cash in Nassau, Grand Bahama, and now Abaco and Eleuthera.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
First we plan, then we innovate, then we build. At Bahama Striping Group of Companies, we are committed to quality, to safety, and to service. We know that the road you take is just as important as your final destination. At Bahama Striping Group of Companies, it is our job to make sure the road and the ride are as smooth as possible. From striping roads to building them, we are the right choice, the trusted choice, the only choice to help you build your tomorrow.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather in the tropics, we have this area of low pressure just to the east of the Bahamas has a very slim chance of developing. We're putting it at about 20% as it is expected to move into some hostile environment by tomorrow and gradually fizzle away. Another area in the Caribbean Sea will be moving westward for a while before turning more towards the north at the ending part of the week, and so we'll keep our eyes on the system very closely as well. Closer to home, we have that high pressure across the Bahamas will gradually gradually begin to relax, so we'll see a reduction in those winds temporarily over the next couple of days. Tonight, we are looking at partly cloudy, warm and humid with a brief shower or two still possible. Your low temperature around 77 degrees. And tomorrow, humid with some periods of sun and cloud, a thunderstorm likely in some parts of the area during the afternoon hours with a high temperature of 86 degrees. And your extended weather forecast off and on showers as a result of that low pressure to the east of us through Wednesday, but we'll see things drying out as we head into Thursday with the wind starting to pick up, so breezy conditions returning as of Thursday of this week. Makishla.
Well, thanks, Basil. Well, it's that time of year when the answer to just one question matters: trick or treat. But while youngsters will no doubt lean to the latter, this comes with a few safety tips the little ones should keep in mind. Desmond Saunders tells us all about it.
Each year, Halloween seems to creep up on us, the first festive holiday of the fall season, yet there's always a scramble to piece together your Halloween costume. I'm here at Home Fabrics. Aldika Gittens is a floor manager. Tell me what's happening here. A whole lot of activity. A number of persons, adults, children are here to get their Halloween costumes and prepare for the big day tomorrow.
Yes, we have a lot of persons here today because we are the Halloween headquarters. We have costumes, parades, witch, all of the licensed characters that the children like of Nickelodeon. We have all of those for the children and adults who want to be a little scary or just pretty. You can find some of all of that right here at Home Fabrics.
What do you have here in your hand?
A bucket
What are you going to use this for?
to collect candy for myself.
Going trick-and-treating tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about what you plan to do.
I'm planning to go around scaring people and her, definitely.
What's a big fascination with Halloween?
For adults, mostly get the chocolate sex and just burning and laughing along with them judgment.
So I've taken off my Halloween costume for now, but behind all the ghosts and goblins and the trick-and-treating, there's some Halloween safety tips that you should be aware of. Joining me, I have the Police Press Liaison Officer, Chief Superintendent Crystalline Skippings. How important is safety?
Safety is of paramount importance during this particular Halloween season. I want parents in particular, if your children want to go trick-or-treating, I want to ensure that you go with them. Do not send them. Also, if they're going, ensure that both you and your child wear fluorescent colors. Try to go between the hours of maybe 6 and 7 p.m. I want to encourage you to stick to the sidewalk, walk facing traffic, and go to people who you know you trust. Also, I would want to encourage parents not to allow your children to eat any of the goodies that they may have gotten while trick-or-treating until you get home and you check those packages to ensure that all of the items that they have gotten are safe. Once you follow those few safety precautions, I'm sure we will have a definitely great trick-or-treat experience for you and your child.
There you have it. Have a spooktacular experience. Desmond Saunders, the Bahamas Tonight.
Well, thanks, Desmond. Now time for the poll of the week. And this week we're asking, should the government adjust its posture and assess Shantytown residents or demolish their homes? You can chime in on our social media handles, and that's ZNS Bahamas 242 or X, and the ZNS Network on Facebook. And that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.